In a previous video, a short one, I talked about broken homes and how they lead to fractured lives among young people. I want to follow up on that in probably a short 6 or 8 minute segment directed at young people, and hopefully offering some advice and encouragement on how to deal with that. If you're the product of a divorce or a broken home, it's going to have consequences. And I want to talk a little bit about how to deal with those consequences and put your life together. First of all, most everything we do in life needs to start from a place of knowledge and truth. So understanding what is happening is step one. Understanding that once a nuclear family is broken up, it's going to have consequences, and the remaining parent is going to be forced to wear more than one hat. And at least one of those hats, the mother or father who remains, is not designed to wear. So that's going to put pressure on the household, and the fallout on that is likely to fall on the children. So if you're a child in a situation like this, how do we deal with it? First of all, understand that your mother or father, whoever the remaining primary parent is being forced to carry a load they weren't designed for. And you can help a lot just by your attitude and your understanding. That's not going to fix your life, however. You've been handed a jigsaw puzzle with no picture now of what the finished product is supposed to look like, and about half the pieces are missing, along with the missing parent, who's either absent or not as engaged as they would have been had they lived within the household. So understanding that is step one. Step two, and this is a hard thing to come to terms with, particularly as a young person, but nobody's going to fix your life for you. Nobody's likely to ride in on a white horse and take your hand and walk you through life. It's up to you to take the initiative to fix it. So what does that look like? What are some things you can do to put your life together? First of all, recognize that divorce or a broken home will have an impact on you. That's normal. And then sorting through and taking some steps to deal with it is useful. The problem is most of us tend to do nothing. We shut down or we look for ways to escape when we're traumatized. I'm suggesting to you, first of all, take the initiative. There are some things you can do. Find a mentor. Find an older person that you can trust to come alongside and look to for support and advice. You're going to need an advocate. You're going to need somebody to stand with you and listen to you as you open up, as you hurt, and offer sound counsel to you. Secondly, find a healthy family that's still intact and together, and get as close as you can to that family. They're not going to adopt you, but make friends with people that are in healthy family relationships and kind of get an idea of what that looks like, so that you have a pattern to work from. Change your environment. The way to do that, probably the best way to do that, since you normally can't pack up and leave your home, changing your environment involves, to a large extent, finding things that you're interested in, good at, and passionate about, and then pursuing those interests and setting goals to achieve and pursue those interests and passions. That will provide structure to your life, discipline, and it'll give you a reason to get out of bed every morning and face the day. Another thing you might need to do, is be very, very careful in your choice of friends. I have experienced more people that run into problems due to their associations than any other root cause. So try and pick friends that are wholesome, that are good influences, that make good choices, and that are going to support you and be true friends, not the fair weather kind that are going to hang out with you as long as you're entertaining and fun, but friends who are willing to dig into your life with you and do the kinds of things that are wholesome and worth pursuing. Finally, and this is the most important one for all of us, is to recognize that we've all been lied to in our culture. The lie involves our perception of God and who He is and what He expects from us. This world didn't create itself by accident. We're here by design, God's design. And He's designed us for a purpose. The Bible tells us, and this is God speaking to His children, people that have come into a relationship with Him. He said, I know the plans I have for you, plans to not to harm you, but provide a future and a hope for you. That's in the book of Jeremiah in the Old Testament, but it certainly applies today. So among other things, and probably the most primary thing you can do, is check out God. Find out who He is from the Bible and come into a relationship with Him through Jesus Christ. Then find a church. Church needs to meet two standards. It needs to follow the Bible, and it needs to be comprised of people that you feel comfortable around. About 12, 15 years ago, I was changing churches to get closer to home. I visited one where everybody from age 12 males on up wore a suit and tie, and all the females wore dresses. I haven't worn a suit and tie in 30 years, and I was terribly uncomfortable there. Not because of what they believed or how they practiced it, but just in terms of the culture. So find a church. Find a church with people that have common interests and values with you, that you get along with, and above all, one that follows the Bible. The key to all of this is, if you want to have a successful life, you're going to need to take the initiative. Don't look at yourself as a victim. If you perceive yourself as a victim and accept that label, sooner or later you're going to grow into that label. Here's 3 things that every young person needs. And I would ask you to look at these 3 things, and ask yourself, what happens when a household breaks up for whatever reason? Do all these 3 things stay intact? Security, stability, structure? They're all damaged, and it's going to be up to you to take the initiative to fix them. And as you move forward and begin to assess your situation and take the initiative to be a problem solver and to put your life together, ask yourself, in all the choices you make and the associations you go after, am I increasing my security, my stability? Am I building structure into my life, which we all need to acquire the disciplines we need to solve problems and show up for work, frankly, on time? Ask yourself, as you make decisions, as you go forward, as you get involved with things, and as you associate with people and choose your friends, are they contributing to these 3 factors, or are they diminishing them? And above all, I would say, get on your knees, ask God to come into your life, and ask Him to show you what that means. Good luck, and God bless.